Valentine in like 2014, and seen some kid break his leg in a mosh pit. No,
I was the kid.
Avenged were on the day before. That's the first ever like metal gig I've ever been to.
Me too. Oh my god, no way. And Hailstorm was supporting.
No, not.
And Miss May I?
Wait, bring me or
Bullet.
Bullet. Sorry. Was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was Hailstorm. It was.
Miss May I?
Was it?
Because I remember being like, whoa, they're heavy.
I can't remember. I remember Five Finger Death Punch and Avatar. Avatar supporting Avenged. I was literally the day before that gig. I'd say that's the best gig I've ever been to.
It was my first experience of like a proper mosh pits and walls of death, and I was like, whoa.
How old were you?
I think I was like, 14, 15.
I think I was 14.
Like, and I remember taking my mate Jack, who's like, just to sum up, like, this. Why is this funny? Jack, to like explain this kind of character, he's a very camp ex-hairdresser. So, not the kind of person who really is into metal. To be honest, he's very much an earth, wind and fire guy. And I'm like, oh, Jack, you want to come to this gig with me? I'm going to see one of my favourite bands called Bullet for My Valentine. Well, they sound a bit heavy. And I was like, oh, no, it's metalcore. It's like, yeah, it's heavy, but it's like, it's nice, do you know what I mean? And
You can sing along to it.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Oh my god.
And then, it was also his first experience of a mosh pit.
Yeah.
Like some kid broke his leg like 2 yards away from me. He was like, I don't know if I like this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wasn't it? Man, I'm sure it was.
Maybe-
I'm
maybe-
thinking about other supports now. I was like, was it Hailstorm? Yeah. I'm sure it was Asking Alexandria.
Yeah, maybe it was 2 different gigs.
Maybe. Yeah,
Oh, well.
maybe.
Gigception.
It was a very similar thing for me though, where I was only a kid and I went with my mum and dad. It was one of them. It was like, all right, come on, we'll go take you to this show. You like this band? And I remember Avatar coming. If you're on to Avatar, like, fuck me, do you know what I mean? First band that comes on, like a fella comes on with a jerry can and starts drinking out of it. He's got like face paint on, so like clown, like music and stuff. I just remember looking at me. I was like, this is cool. I looked at my dad and my dad was like, what the fuck's going on? But my mum was loving it. My mum was like, this is boss.
Oh, yeah.
I think for me, I've always been a massive Paramore fan, and I'd never got to see them live, like, ever. And just randomly last year, we got tickets. I was like, oh my god, it's time. This is time. I'm going to see Paramore.
Dream come true.
And it was a dream come true. Everything, I wanted them more.
I second, actually. I second.
Did you cry when you saw Haley?
All I wanted was Paramore. I
That's
did,
a
I
band that
cried.
struggle with drummers.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
really bad. I think they've got a bit of a curse, that band.
That's,
drummers.
it's funny you say that, because after like one of my exams in uni, we had this guy from external came in and we had to do like this improv thing, and he said, oh, your playing's kind of reminds me of like Zach Farrow.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh, that's like a nice I've never had that
yeah.
one before. That's a good one. So, but I can hear it as well with like, because it's definitely a big influence. Like, I love Paramore. I've seen them twice.
Yeah. We went to the gig.
Yeah, we were at
Old Nan's.
Good
It was,
band.
like, incredible. Tears.
I was standing, he was sitting. I was like,
I couldn't stand. I'd be crying too much. Be in the crowd like, oh my god, I can't believe this happening right now. There wasn't any anyway.
For me,
Wombats, is it?
I mean,
It might be.
yeah. Like, I mean, I'd say more the earlier ones when I was like teenager.
Earlier Wombats.
Earlier Wombats, like album, like third album.
Because like
I
jokes
was joking
aside,
for a second.
yeah,
then.
although he does know Wombats, believe it or not, he is actually a really big Wombats fan as well.
Yeah.
Which is
Oh,
good,
yeah.
which does
No,
work out
actually, I'm,
really
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
this is so good though.
But they are really
Yeah.
good. Yeah. We're
Yeah.
all fans,
Yeah.
to be fair.
But you took us to see them, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, because
You weren't
especially
sure.
Chris, I was a bit like, I don't think Chris is gonna like him. I don't think they're gonna be heavy enough, kind of thing. And it was like a mosh pit
Yeah,
at
they slap,
Wombats,
really.
I remember you just turning around and going,
No way.
Yeah.
and he was like, I'm shocked. I was like, I know, it's good.
But they saying like before about him being the chillest guy I've ever met, and then on stage he's a nutter, right?
Kangaroo.
We'd never been to a gig before with this guy, and he's like, he brings his brother along and that, and it's like, oh yeah, Wombat's gig. And again, we were like, should be interesting, won't it? He started, and it was like, fuck me, you know, this is heavy, this. And then he just disappeared in front of me into a like a sea of people. And I was like, he's gone. He's dead. About 5 minutes later, he reappeared from behind me. And I was like, all right, lad. And he was like, it's good, innit? And just disappeared again. I was like,
It's just Peter at a gig,
and I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah, no, I think I've got to say they're the best because like it was a family event for me because all
'Cause you know
family
the
would be
Wombats?
and I get backstage passes and stuff. So and I got
The
these-
place we were staying for that gig was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's why, right? This is why I booked the staying.
Different world, eh? Must be nice.
we booked an Airbnb, and it was like, okay, I booked the Airbnb, and it was literally like, I mean, for a start, it said breakfast included, and we got the fella kind of sat us down. He went, so the breakfast is included in the price you pay, but we don't actually have breakfast. So if you want any, you'll have to go to the pub over the road. And we're like, oh right, okay,
Money
well,
back.
that's
Cheers.
that's good.
Money
Thank you
back.
very much.
Yeah.
And we went upstairs to the one room, which was about 19 beds, just kind of Tetrised in all around each other.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh,
It
this
was
is quite interesting,
hostile.
this, isn't it?
Not
Like-
even hostile, just like
It was a
confused. Just confusing.
And like
Like-
the checkout time was 9 a.m. He made sure we knew of that. And then, like, no joke, we kind of woke up, the alarms ran, and it was like, 5 to 9, we need to get a move on here. And I literally watched my phone turn to 9, and it was knock, 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 straight immediately going, he's up, lads, he's up.
Just there to me bills, like.
I must have been standing outside waiting for like watching.
Man's like got his time or something. Like,
But on top of that, we'd been out. We were out for like it was a big night out after the gig. We didn't get in till about like
I was still pissed.
about 3. And we were like, should we order food? And we ordered it was us three. Us three sat there. We ordered food. We're absolutely whammoed. And every time we went to order from somewhere, they closed. It's like, oh no, go to the next place.
That time in the
Do
morning.
it quick, do it quick.
So we gave up at about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Go to sleep. I just distinctly remember his phone going off at about 5 o'clock, and he just like rises from his bed like Dracula. You're outside. He goes down, comes back with 3 pizzas. There's never been anything more just grim and being sad. It's like, gotta leave in 3 hours, just eating a pizza.
We've all been there. Horrible feeling that.
I got a bite and put mine on the
Yeah, he's asleep. Like, you didn't even wake up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It was.
It's the shit ones you remember, innit?
I
But
don't
that's
think we'll be
why
staying
that's
there.
why he doesn't book the hotels. I do all that now. So,
Yeah. Like say, play to each other's strengths and cover each other's weaknesses.
Nosferatu over here. That's definitely playing for your strength.
I don't have many. That's why it's a 4-piece. I need all the cover.
What's the dream venue you'd like to play?
For me, it's Glasgow. Like Pyramid Stage.
Yeah, Glasgow's the
or
one, isn't it?
Wembley.
Glasgow, yeah.
Although at the same time, to play an arena in your own city, I feel
Yeah,
is
that'd
kind
be
of like you've
insane.
completed your city.
That'd be insane to play
Yeah,
out the
Liverpool
field.
done.
M&S Bank Arena.
That's kind of like
Yeah.
Liverpool done.
Yeah.
I'd rather, do you know what? This is going to sound weird, probably a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I would much rather play Anfield than the
Oh,
MS.
Anfield, yeah. That'd
even
be the one,
even Goodison or Bramley Moore, I'd rather play one of them. Like I just feel like they've got
yeah.
more.
Any stadium in your own city is a
Don't get me wrong.
unbelievable.
Oh no, we're playing the
All of
M&S.
them.
I'm not going to be that guy, but yeah, I'd much rather. I think I'd much rather do that.
the new Goodison ground.
At Bramley Moore.
So yeah.
To be fair for
Is
me,
that what it's called?
Yeah.
That looks insane.
It's bosh, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm a red, so I'm gonna get a slap on the back of the head for saying this. Like, but I drive past it every day pretty much, and I just see it go from like a wasteland dock to like this beautiful,
It is cool.
big, massive
It is
stadium.
nice.
It's really
It's
good.
nice to see. It's nice to see like somewhere close to home getting a lot of renovation.
Bit of love.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm not
it's
even
nice.
into footy, and I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone said to me, Torres still plays for Liverpool, I'd go,
Oh, is
"Oh,
he?
yeah, good on him."
Oh, yeah, I saw that. He bagged 3 last week, didn't he?
I thought someone was taking the piss out of him when he said Moyes was doing Everton again.
It's
I was like, yeah, all right.
yeah. It's very weird.
Yes.
So, can you tell us about your latest release?
Yes. we
Quite
can.
fresh.
Yes.
It's called Falling, without a G.
There's
Which
a lot
was
of debate
which
about
was a
that.
very, very massive debate.
Well, just to drop the G.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was like a.
That's how we sing it.
It was.
It's pop-punk.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we were like,
I think Chris was the
sonically,
most.
I was the holdout, and then they convinced me because for me it was like SEO.
which,
So they're going like, no, but it's like
which-
pop punk,
it-
and I was sat there like,
can you
yeah, but
explain SEO?
search engine optimization, and I was sat there like, you tell someone new. Academic. Nerd. Got in there first. I'm okay. Nah, but like, I was sat there like thinking, if you tell someone your new tune's called Falling, they'll go Falling. I can't
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah.
But then they were like, it's pop punk. And if you think about
Suits
it, how many tunes are called Falling with a G?
Yeah.
How many are called Falling? It's probably a lot less. So less competition. So that's what convinced me. It was basically just, it wasn't really an argument, was it? It was just,
Nah, nah.
Chris, shut up and we're calling it.
Chris,
You've been
with all your
outnumbered.
really valid,
Yeah.
useful,
And I was-
useful points.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
just hit me with like 100 different reasons of why it should be, and I went, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it self-recorded or did you go somewhere to?
So we went to Sugar House.
Oh, right, yeah.
Lee and Adi, shout out to Sugar House.
Yeah,
Absolutely
big love.
belter.
Amazing
Legends.
They've done. I don't know what the right words are, but they've helped us as a band in ways that I didn't anticipate in
Yeah.
any way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
they've gone above and beyond for us, and they're awesome. Great to
Yeah.
work with. Like great, like
It's a good laugh when we're in the studio.
Yeah.
Kind of buzz off each other.
yeah, good banter, and they'll tell you as well. Like we've been. And like we don't work with some producers, and they're like, "Oh yeah, just record it,and like won't
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
be bothered."
Tap
Or
in
like-
now
But
and
these
saying,
will be like.
AD's
AD tells you
AD's
straight.
AD's
Yeah.
It's like,
"Ah,
nah,
shit,
boys.
do it."
Nah.
Nah.
Don't do that again.
Sound shit.
Scrap that.
Sound
You're not
shit.
doing that. You're not doing that. Not in this studio.
Yeah.
The thing with me and my voice, that 80s kind of it's a thing now.
Yeah, it's
he's like
a good
too
example.
Disney.
Yeah.
Too
Because
Disney.
he got a very angelic voice.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But then like, and his harmonies are crisp. But then like sometimes it's like, it's a bit more pop than punk. This. But like the best bit about like Sugar House is just AD just tells you straight. You'll play something and I go, yeah, don't do that again. It's like, do this instead, and you go, okay. Which is, we were saying before, we want that.
But that's what
Good
we
give and
Yeah,
take.
you want that
We,
honesty.
like, it's
Yeah,
like after the gigs, and
absolutely.
you want someone to tell you, don't do that again, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
It's like a proper production session with
Yeah.
them. Like,
Yeah.
like it's like working on the song together as opposed to just us recording what we did. It's like they input and it's
Yeah.
boss, yeah.
It's like it's incredible in it because we'll bring them a song and we think it's finished.
Yes.
And we're like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the sessions with them, and then we come out of that studio and the song is just 10 times better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like whether it would be like little tiny subtle changes like here and there, or like a tiny cut of
Yeah.
something, or like a tiny addition of something else. Like there's a synth on the new one on the second verse on Fallen,
Yeah.
which wasn't in there until we were in Sugar House, and it was like,
It's cool.
oh wow, that's
Big
like
part of the tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so. So yeah, they're great to work with. Really good at what they do.
on top of that as well, I just want to throw in, like, so many people have said to me, the production on the new tune is sick. It's
Hell yeah.
boss.
Yeah.
Like
Everyone.
just mates, yeah, and like just like people who've listened to our other tunes, and just friends. They come and say that new tune, that's done well. That that's produced well. So yeah, honestly, like, amazing.
you're
like
happy with
love
it.
Sugar House.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
love them. Yeah,
Yeah.
can't say enough about them.
It's been a very good process.
We owe them a drink and a half.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
owe
it's
them
important to
more
get
too,
someone, that gets your vibe, isn't it, to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
and
takes
they
time.
I don't think we're necessarily their sort of bread and butter either.
No.
Sorry,
they're
this is
very
Double Yellows
much,
in the background who play really loud.
Sounds sick, lads.
Yeah, nice
Just the boys.
Nice to have a gig swap.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I think they kind of like the fact we're a bit different than the usual
Yeah,
catalogue.
because they do a lot of sort of indie stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
And like indie rock stuff. So we're probably on the heavier side for them, but you get the results, man.
Yeah.
You get them results.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
yeah, absolute pleasure, and like
Yeah, we're really
can't say enough about
we are really proud of the new single, like Falling.
yeah.
hell yeah.
If it had a blurb for it, for you
Ooh.
to sort of describe what it's about.
What you said before, then?
It's like toxic love, like an inescapable love. Like, you ever have like or know of those people who sort of are in a relationship and then they're not, and then they don't see each other for a while, and then they get back together, and then it all blows up again, and then they go away, and then they get back together again, and they're in that sort of love circle of
Yeah.
despair.
Yeah.
It's basically that.
With a skateboard on top of it.
And a PhD.
Yeah, the PhD.
That's
The getaway vehicle.
That's the summary for the band. That.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it. And then it's told in like a story. So I like to try and tell stories lyrically. But yeah, it's a childhood sweethearts. Doesn't work, but trying it again, kind of thing. And I've seen a load of that like in my life, and I've experienced it myself. And I thought, you know what, that'd be a cool thing to write about. That.
That's cathartic process to go through.
We're gonna
Everyone's
move on
gotta
to the
do
fun
it.
questions now.
Oh.
So if you could only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh.
Individually.
I know this one.
That is a good question. Can we pick like and now like top of the pops kind of album? Which
Now
got
that's what
loads
I
of
call
different
music.
tunes?
If
I
that's
feel
what
like
you want
that's
to go
the cheat
with.
code to this answer. So I'll probably
Life
listen
hacks
to
with
probably like Dark Side of the Moon, something like that. Just nice and chill throughout, and it can be cool throughout as well.
That was my first ever
Yeah, it
choice.
was.
Yeah, I think that's a good one to stick with. It kind of covers most bases.
This is a tricky one.
That is actually.
Hey, just where you're at right now. Just where you're at right now.
I don't know.
It's not 1975, is it?
It's Taylor Swift.
It's Taylor's version. I suppose you can't like feel like greatest hits is a bit of a cop out in it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go for Wasting Light, Foo Fighters, the 2011 album. I think that's like, yeah, bit of me that. I wouldn't get bored of that. I think there's enough variety on it as well. Just a rock record, like really in it, but it's enough variation for me to not get bored. I think.
Me.
You know.
I'm going to carry on with the Wombats thing.
Yes,
Go away.
So I'd say.
Are you sponsored by the Wombat?
No.
Gives a gig.
I actually haven't got a tattoo anyway.
It's on his butt.
Believe it or not. Glitterbug, their third album. I could listen to that on repeat still.
He directed and produced the entire album.
Yeah, it was just the album of my teens that really got me
And you've
going.
got shares in the band.
Not quite. I wish.
Maybe one day. Yeah. Tour support.
Gives a gig.
Yeah. I'm trying, boys. I'm trying.
Try harder.
Please stop nagging me.
You will get it once a week. To be fair, it's like, hey Pete, spoke to Dan yet? Nope. What about now? Hi Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Keep it off. New album's good.
To be fair, that new album is quite good. I do like it.
Yeah.
I'm not picking that one though. I'm Easy, the self-titled Avenged Sevenfold album. That was just for me. That was it. Favorite band ever. There's not a tune on there that I would knock. I love every single tune on there. Just songwriting genius. Just in terms of songwriting, just genius, and the playing as well is phenomenal. It's like saying about the drummer before. Everything he does on it's not it's flashy, but it's not in a way that's just done for the sake
Serves
of
the
doing
song.
Exactly. It's exactly that. Yeah.
It's a hard
Man
line
after
to
my
tread,
own
that,
heart.
innit?
Yeah, it's it's tasty and it works, and you hear him playing. Those like he's got this weird like Latino influence, like Latin American influence, but also like hip hop influence, and you just hear it. And it's like, that's nice. That's a 10.
Quickly on that, what are your thoughts with being a drummer on the current situation of social media drummers? Do you feel like we're in an era of people overplaying?
No,
That's a good question.
nah. I feel like it's just a different thing, isn't it? If you're gonna be on social media and you're competing with all the flashing lights and everything else that's on social media, the more successful people are going to be the ones who are throwing the sticks around and are like
being
overplaying
Yeah.
and like being, like they're just serving. Like, do you know what I mean? Wouldn't you?
Serving
If you
the
if you put like 2 videos up and one of them is you playing a song perfectly true to what it is.
Just kick and snare.
Do you know what I mean? Like in the
Just a
pocket,
little Oz on it.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Right. As a drummer, I'll watch that and go, man, that was like perfect.
Yeah.
That's what every drummer aims for. But if you compare the results of that video to another video where they're like throwing the sticks everywhere, like throwing their hair around, going a bit mad, showing off, to the average person, that's a performance.
Yeah.
You're watching a performance, aren't you? So, like, have you seen me live? I go for it.
Yeah,
Me too. In
I was going to say you are you are the era of overplaying.
Yeah.
In the studio, you just get like, no, stop doing that amount of fills. Like, that's too difficult. That's too complex.
Yeah.
Simpler.
But
Simplify.
yeah. I think that's because of the influence.
Yeah.
I like
It's
that.
sick. I love
like
it.
pushing the producer, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
you little fills and just feel like, let's see what he says about that.
See if I can
You
get
get
that
away
See what we
in.
can sneak past him.
yeah, basically. If you put a few in, you put enough in,
Yeah.
they'll be like,
They'll miss one or two.
yeah, they'll be like, don't do that. And you get to the 5th one, they're like, we'll just leave that one in.
Yeah.
We'll just leave.
Just do it. No.
Let him have his fun.
I get what you mean. It's like a big debate, isn't it? And
I just think more for the younger generation. I mean,
Rather than learning to play with a
yeah,
band.
I do. Yeah, I think there's,
Like-
in my opinion, I hear what you're saying. I agree with some points of it as well. I just think it's more so the younger element of people. More so when I was a kid, I didn't see a lot of drummers doing this, or even actual guitarists or bass players or singers weren't going to the absolute extremities of what they could. It was the song. It was
Yeah.
always the
Yeah.
song, and now it very much feels like everyone on their instrument needs to be like
Mega
whoa,
famous.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, that's like a
Yeah.
good example of that's that Kiki. I'm gonna mispronounce her last name.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, she was a social media guitarist. She used to just slide into the shot and rip it.
Yeah.
Good player, to be fair. I was like, yeah, man, like that. So I guess I am a consumer. But then she went on to be the guitar player for Smashing Pumpkins. So it's a viable.
Yeah.
It's a viable.
yeah,
option,
you
I
can't
guess.
knock someone for it, can you?
Yeah.
It's just a different.
Different
it's
appro-
just
it is a different
yeah,
approach.
playing the
It's-
game,
it's-
aren't you?
It's a different. It's a different arena, isn't it? It's like world's changed. Like
Yeah.
it's not make a vinyl
It's-
and go
what it is
go
now,
tour.
it feels more competitive on the individual
Yeah.
than the
Yeah.
actual than the product.
Yeah.
And do you
it
know
is.
what? That is funny you say that because there definitely is a culture of that.
Yeah.
That's grown
Yeah.
where it's people are like judging themselves against other people at gigs, and it's like
Yeah.
if I see a drummer, I'm like if I see a drummer at a gig, and I think they're better than me, that doesn't like put me off.
Yeah.
That gets me like fired up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause I see that and I think that's so cool. I want to learn how to do that. I need to shake their
Yeah,
hand.
yeah, absolutely.
But there's so many people who look at it and go like, "Oh, I'm not that cool."
and I do think that is the younger generation that don't
Yeah.
have that perception yet of what it's actually being, what it's like being in a band for a period of time, or are actually going off and doing other stuff. They're only looking at that going, I need to be that.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah,
So
well, you
it's
don't
just-
see see the years and years
Yeah,
before,
no,
do you? Of
That's
them
what that
fucking up.
not Eloy Casagrande, El Estapario Cipriano, the Spanish drummer, the huge YouTube drummer.
Yes.
He's like, I love that everyone thinks I'm amazing, but this is like 15 years of like
Yeah.
50, 60 different jobs that I've give up so
Yeah.
I can practice.
Is
drumming.
this the Brazilian fella
He's
who's
Spanish.
just rapid and you like one hand?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
guy?
yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
He, like
He
so
is
that's
amazing.
15 years of him sat there with
Yeah,
a snare drum going. That's what that is. And it paid off, but like,
And
oh
kids
my
be
god.
like, I think I could do that. And then they find out that it's...
Yeah, you
it's
can't do it in
easy.
10 minutes.
You're not in the
Like,
1%.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
It's a tricky line to tread, though, innit? Like,
Yeah.
between showing off and serving a song.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
And I
Ringo
don't
Starr
think-
got shit for years, didn't he?
innit?
And then people now, in
Oh, yeah.
2024,
Legendary,
2025, are going, actually, he's really good, you know. He serves the song real, but he's making it, it's like, it's nice colour that he's putting in there. It's
Yeah.
quite artistic, and it's like, yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's like there's always like the greats like Bonham and like even like you go like Dave Grohl and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
Dave Grohl's a disco drummer. Do you know what I mean? Like half of his stuff's
All his
just
flams.
disco. Yeah.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Hell yeah.
A guilty pleasure.
It
I love
works.
disco. Like I like Chic and like all that. Like big fan. But yeah, it's just disco stuff, innit? Like, and it's like the whole thing about art is subjective and all that. Those drums slap. Like when he gets behind the kit, it slaps. Like it's great, but I don't know if it's necessarily like really good. If that makes sense.
It depends. It's so. This is yeah.
Like, that's the whole
you said
thing about it, innit?
Musical theatre before,
Yeah.
like acting side of things.
Yeah.
How do you judge who's a good actor? Is it because of the thing that you watch them in, or them as an individual?
See,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Combination.
that on
It's a
that
product.
thing itself, it's all about whether they can sell you it. Like for me, it's like for a singer, if they can sell me the emotion behind the song, then I'm in. And like for a movie, if they can sell me that story of what that character's going through, I'm in. Like if they can't, and I'm gonna know I'm watching a movie, and then my immersion's broken, and then I'm disinterested, kind of thing. But it's much easier said than done, isn't it?
Segueing into one of my fun questions, actually, I just thought of one off the top of my head. If you had the option then you could only do live shows for the rest of your life,
Okay.
or only release stuff on streaming platforms.
Shows. Live shows, 100%.
Live shows.
The buzz, it'll just never be matched.
Because I know I'd never speak to anyone ever again if we just released
Just
studio
drop
music.
tunes.
I think,
I'd,
yeah.
I'd live on a desert island
Yeah.
and I'd text you once a
What
week.
would be your disc?
I think,
that one?
Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, desert island discs.
I think I've got
The four older people started laughing about that.
It's all buffered for a second.
I've got a little bit more of a deeper answer to that.
Yeah, go for it.
I'd say it depends on the live show and how many people are there. Like, I think for me, if it's like no one there and I've got that for the rest of my life, then no. Like I'd rather be in the studio making sick records. But if it's live shows that are packed out, singing back every song, then yeah, I'd go for that.
Nah, man, speak for yourself. I have a party up on you and me. You know what I mean? I'd rather, we are a live band. Like,
Yeah,
we-
yeah.
that our biggest strength is the live show.
As much as we can.
Yeah,
Do you think that
definitely.
falls into maybe the genre that you're doing as well?
No, I
We've
disagree.
always tried to be as kind of
Yeah.
great live as we can.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I probably didn't define what I meant by that. As in, like, because of the music, the genre that you
Yeah.
play, I feel like that is very much.
I don't know, because I've seen a lot of rock bands who make incredible records and they're shit live.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's a good
and
point.
then,
No
like
stage presence.
disappointing live is like, and like to the point where like you go see them live and you don't want to listen to the records anymore because you know it's like that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Puts
It's
you
like,
Yeah, yeah,
so
that's
that's
a
happened
good
to me
point
a
there.
couple of times, and I've just gone like,
You
look,
spent good money on a ticket.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
it's a letdown, and
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
oh. And that's why I'd pick the live show, because I think if I could never record music again, and I could only ever play it live, it would force you to be a good musician. It would force you to turn up and absolutely rock it every single night. And like, I'd rather do that. That's more like, that seems to me like more of a,
I think it's more fun.
Do you
more
not
of a
think
challenge
that's
as well.
probably why it reaffirms even more so now with the whole MVT situation? More venues are getting bought out again. The bigger sort of your ticket masses or all of the bigger artists are now having to pay down.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants to see live bands, but I do think the COVID situation has
Yeah.
It
Proper
ruined the
kiboshed all
grassroots
that.
music.
Yeah.
It's
made it
destroyed
so
that
difficult.
middle ground, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There,
like all the-
there isn't a middle. There isn't.
So you got all the small venues there still because they're small enough to make it on that
To
size,
survive.
and you've got the bigger venues like the academies, and they're also like they can get enough people in where they can make it. But anything in between, it's the overhead is not worth what you can get in.
Yeah.
The up and coming category is
Yeah, and it feels like it does slowly feel like there is a bit of a change. Sort of going. Well, it's starting now. It
You
seems
hope so. Yeah.
Because the amount of venues that are now being bought and the amount of push that's starting to go through.
You can only
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'd love to own a venue one day.
That'd be so cool.
Like,
Say that and then it's like,
it
shit.
got shut down. Uh-oh.
please come in.
Free gig. It's me playing, by the way. Didn't have any money to book an actual musician. Yeah.
That was my question.
I think we've got the answer to this already, but which fast food chain would sponsor the band?
Right.
Always.
To-
Well,
to-
it could be
there's a-
Popeyes. It could
There's a real answer.
And what would be on the meal deal?
Wait.
Go on.
Our gig ritual one.
the
I was
gig-
gonna say that.
Yeah.
Every before a gig, we go to Tokyo.
No.
Is it
Oh, wait.
pronounced Tokyo? Or
Oh, yeah.
Tokyo? Oh, well, there's
Yeah.
two.
There's two actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
before that was Subway.
Yeah.
As well. So
Love
we kind
that.
of take a
Love
mix between
rituals.
going to a Subway or.
no, it's more recently at Tokyo.
Yeah,
Like,
if,
no, in
if
Liverpool.
we're in
It's
Liverpool, we'll go to Tokyo,
Yeah.
which is a lovely Asian restaurant where you can get
Ah,
incredible
so nice.
Right by the
Chinese
bombed out
food.
chairs.
as well. It's unbelievable.
Shout out to
outside
Tokyo.
of Liverpool.
Subway, yeah.
Subway always been Subway.
Foot long or six.
Foot long.
Always foot long. And then
Italian
we
BMT.
go home on stage and then I'll
Individual
just have a foot long.
choices.
Yeah.
I want to hear them. I want to judge.
Whatever,
Give me your
just go for
choices.
foot long. Meatballs everywhere. You know what I mean?
I'm a bit of a classic rock kind of guy. I mean, I go for the Italian BMT with the works. Like,
That's the one.
but this is where people either like go, you're a pioneer, or you're like, you need to be locked up. I put a little bit of ketchup on there as well instead of tomatoes.
Lock them up.
He's minging, isn't he?
I suppose it's like an inverted
That's
pizza
it.
in a way, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And then just because like I feel like ketchup's nicer than tomato that's been sat there for a month.
On itself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Why don't you just get the actual pizza one though?
Nah,
That's my choice.
Yeah.
Chicken pizziola.
Yeah,
That's what I
that's
go
heavy.
for.
That I've had one of them. They're tasty. Why don't you just get one of them?
It's not the same.
It's better.
No. I'm a man of repetition, and I like what I like.
Consistency
Yeah,
is the word.
give me
Give
them
it
BMTs, man.
It has turned into we've moved away from Subway and we're going a bit more Burger King now after the gig, isn't it?
Oh, from on the
that's
drives
post-gig.
over. Yeah.
Post gig.
Post
That's
gigs,
the
Burger
post-gig
King.
meal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like foot long Subway.
So
then
they're gonna
all
eat
your
after a
choices.
gig.
That's why the bank account's empty.
Yeah.
Gonna say everything's going.
I can't believe you guys spend banking on food.
We made it, guys. We made it. Yeah, it's definitely. Burger King's the way home meal, isn't it?
I love a good Burger Kong, you know. Just
Burger
so
Kong.
good.
And
So
then
good.
there's a little stupid thing. Can we do the drive-through ritual?
Every time we go through a drive-through. No, it's a video we see and it's turned into a meme now. So we put the window there.
Every
They
single
go,
time.
what you get? And we go, can we get a bucket of soup, please? And then some chicken. And you go, sorry, what did you say? And someone just goes, bucket of soup. Someone go. I go, sorry, what did you say then? Sorry, what was that? Oh, sorry, just 20 chicken nuggets. I just like, could we try and get the best response? They asking at the bucket of soup. So literally on the way here, we got chicken nuggets.
Did that come out the kitty?
I'll have
It's
20
like,
on me.
I haven't had my tea, so and, I've got 20 nuggets to myself, obviously. And I asked for a bucket of soup, and the fella went, sorry, mate, I think the mic's a bit broken. What did you say? A bucket of soup? And he just went, just drive round to the first window for me. yeah, so thank you. Yeah.
We got round there and it was like it was in like a bubble or something. It was dead weird that. And we were like, yeah. Yeah, bucket of soup, mate. Yeah, nice one. How much would that be?
But no one's given us a bucket of soup so far anyway. So.
I can't keep a straight face every time one of you two do it though. It's always you though. It's like Chris, like Chris's one's good. Your delivery on it's just like I don't know. It tickles me, man. Like who be there? Like he's like all dead straight face. He's like, I got this, bro. It's gonna be amazing. And I'm there just like trying not to laugh. You know what I mean? Like rocking in the front seat. Yeah, you got any big buckets of soup?
Or the best one is when they forget. So the person in the driver's seat forgets the joke, and they put the window down. And they go, "What you want?" She's like, "Hey mate, can I get?" And you lean across, "Bucket of soup." And it's like, "Say that again." It's like, "Sorry mate, sorry about that."
It'll never get old.
You've got to be there. You just got to be there.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we're like 65, just still doing that.
Any buckets of soup?
Probably like
It's just the idea of a bucket of soup.
That coming out the window, like, don't drop that. It's hot. It's hot.
You can imagine them and go, "Wait, have we got any buckets? Empty the mop bucket. We'll use that."
maybe we should do a gig in a Mackey's.
Another band said that. No, it was Wilco's.
Wilco.
They said their dream gig was on top of a Wilco's.
Oh yeah.
Aim it really low. Come on. Seriously. Oh no, I said to him, I went, which one? There's like it's a chain. It's a chain around the whole of the UK. Which one do you want to do? Oh, we didn't think about
They
that.
were made up. They only knew there was the one. Shut up.
We're going on biggest UK tour.
That'd be hilarious.
We've got 400 venues.
Every one of them.
Well, on that note, we'd like to thank you for coming down.
Our pleasure.
You can
no,
listen to
that's
this song
so good.
Falling now on Spotify. And there's plenty
You
of
can.
tunes on from the back catalogue.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Later.